Okay, see ya. Hello. Hello. I am so ridiculously sorry. I can't believe that we had that massive tech hiccup just then. Um, I'm not sure that this is actually working. Let me just come across here to our little group here and let's see if it's working. It is working. That is amazing. Um, Now I know I got some messages from people saying that they're waiting. I'm so sorry. We've done dozens of these lives before. We've never come across the issues that we have just experienced. There we go. I can see it there now. Okay, good. So we've never come across that what we've just had. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but it was very strange. But we've figured it out mostly. So welcome. We are almost kicking off the Fibre Challenge. There's only a few more hours to go before we actually kick off day one. I am just ticking off some boxes here before I can actually say we're good to go. But my husband, Jordan, obviously is not sitting next to me. He drove down to Lismore. We live here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland with our 5 kids. And he decided to take an impromptu drive for the weekend down to Lismore to help with the flood relief. We lived there for about 3.5 years, and so we know lots of people who are affected. It's just devastating what's happening down there. And so he was driving back, and he's going to join us from the road if all goes well, if we can get this tech actually cranking. So I'm just going to check this message with him to make sure it's all good on his end. Okay, this is a bit ridiculous. Okay. All right, guys, that is good. Thank you. I can see some people are joining us now. I'm really sorry for the huge delay. I think this is the longest delay for a live in history. So thank you for joining us and coming back. Now, if you can click the link that's in the description of this post, it should hopefully show us your name so that we can see who we're talking to, and because that just makes this whole experience a lot more enjoyable for us. So tomorrow is day one of the Fibre Challenge. My name's Lainey. I'm founder of the Whole Food Collective, along with my husband, Jordan, and we just adore running these challenges. It is our most favorite thing to do. I'm just checking my messages because it may be Jordan saying that he's having trouble joining, so I'm just checking. No, all good. And it's one of the most favorite things we do because the education that is within this challenge and the fun that we have within this challenge combined makes this a highlight for many other people, so much so that they actually experience big health turnarounds. And when I say big, like, it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm actually not. It's quite common for people to say to us during this Fibre Challenge, Lainey, Kirsty, Jordan, I have been suffering with XYZ condition for 20 years. And after this 10-day simple challenge full of simple principles and simple knowledge that really generations before us knew, but it has just been lost in recent years, they start implementing the smallest little things and they start sensing massive results within their life, and they start waving goodbye. I'm obviously not promising this for everyone, but we've had lots of people come to us and say, thank you. I've been suffering with this for 20 years and now I don't, or now I'm making leaps and bounds, or now I see a clear path forward. And I want you to harness this opportunity because we are running this in conjunction with gut guru Kirsty Worth, and she is just an amazing wealth of knowledge. And you'll understand what I mean when you join us for the live Q&A with her on Thursday next week, because every time I run a Fibre Challenge with her, I learn something new, or many things new every time. And I think that when you join us for that Q&A next week, your mind will be blown just like mine is every time. And you can ask her questions about your personal situation. You can ask her questions about your family members. We go into all sorts of topics at that Q&A. We go into poop, we go into gas, we go into your individual health concerns, we go into water intake, all these different topics. Nothing is off limits. You can ask anything gut health related, anything fiber related, anything food related. We are all there. I can see that my husband Jordan has joined us. I'm just going to click See, one of the weird tech things that was an issue for us before is that I can't click anything. I'm clicking the button and nothing's actually working. Jordan, I'm trying to join you in. I'm not trying to. There we go. He's coming in now. I had to click it about 20 times. Hi.
Hey, hello.
So your audio is a little bit soft.
Oh, that's just me.
So guys, this is my husband, Jordan. He is co-founder of the Whole Food Collective, father of our 5 kids, and he's just as much part of this fiber challenge as I am, though you won't see him on the camera, on the videos. He's actually behind the camera.
This is so strange having a conversation with you, not with you, and live at the time. Strange.
No. We often do these lives together, guys. We sit side by side. We do these pre-parties and we bounce off each other, and it's just so much fun. It is quite strange to have you on a split screen.
Yeah, and I don't feel like I'm actually live. I just feel like we're having a FaceTime conversation. So this is kind of weird. But I hope people will enjoy. What I would love to say, and what I always love to say to everybody who's jumping in, especially those first timers, is oh, sorry, did I interrupt you, Lane? Were you in the middle of something?
No, you're good. Go on.
Okay. Is that regardless of why you're here, we're all somewhere on the spectrum of starting our whole food journey or mastering our intake of food. One thing that I really love to see and really hope that everybody does to a certain degree is redefine how they look at food, and have moments where they shift their paradigms in terms of what they put into their body and why. And the reason I feel that way is because as you know, Lainey, I felt that in the last few years has really changed my perspective, learning a lot about why food and certain foods are so important and what they can do for us, their incredible benefits. I have changed how I see food, and so it's much easier for me to choose the healthy food now over the unhealthy food because of just that knowledge of what exactly food does to our system, and what lack of nutrition does to our system, and what putting things into our system that's not meant to be there does to our systems. And it's that's I guess the biggest hope for me is those who are doing the challenge will just change the way they look at food. And so that's just one thing I always love to say in these lives is, let's redefine how we see food. Let's redefine how we understand the importance of what we consume in our bodies. Yeah.
Well said. Well said. It's so important. And that's one of the funnest things that both you and I love to see during these challenges is people, it's a fly in here, people coming and telling us that they've had that paradigm shift and how much easier it is to do whatever health goal they have because they know how certain foods act inside their bodies and how important fiber is. One of the most common things that people say, Jordan, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is one of the most common things people say about the fiber challenge? They didn't know.
They didn't know that they were so pretty in real life.
Sorry?
They didn't know how gorgeous Lainey looks in real life.
Oh my goodness. I thought I misheard you for a second. I'm like, he wouldn't say that live. He obviously didn't know where I was going with that question, right? So one of the most common things people say is, I had no idea how important fiber was. I mean, we're going to cover the 5 superpowers of fiber. And between us here, I actually think there's a 6th one that we should have included. And if we've got time at the end, I'm going to tell you what that 6th one is. But let's just have a look at what we've got up, what we have in front of us for the next 10 days, because of our big delay, it's actually quite late down south. I don't know whether you're still south of the border, Jordan. Have you passed the border yet?
Just crossed over. I'm sitting in a service station car park. That's why I get lots of good light. I saw it and I thought I'd come and sit under here because there's decent light. Where I parked last time, it was pitch black. So
yeah, it looks like it's sunset where you are now.
Oh, does it? No.
So, guys, it's a 10-day fiber challenge. It starts tomorrow. We're going to send you an email bright and early for those who are up early. You can access the challenge at any time of the day you want. I'd recommend making it the same time of day each time, just so it's a habit and you get into a rhythm and you don't miss really important content. Tomorrow, we're kicking off with a doozy. Tomorrow, we are going to learn your own personal transit time. What's a personal transit time, Jord?
Personal transit time is the time it takes for food to pass through your entire digestive system.
Correct.
Thank you.
And so you might wonder how on earth we're going to find that out tomorrow. I'm not going to say anything other than please have some sesame seeds on hand. You don't need much. 1 teaspoon is fine. So,
and what if you're allergic to sesame?
If you're allergic to sesame, we'll give you some other options on the email. Hello, Rosie. Rosie's here. Hello,
Hey,
darling.
bro.
There's Daddy.
Hey, darling.
Oh, it's time to go to bed, darling. I'm sorry that you can't hang out. I actually saw someone say, what am I drinking? This is chicken broth. Rosie and I are both on a bit of a gut balancing program right now, actually with Kirsty Worth, the gut expert we're doing this challenge in conjunction with. I can tell you more about our personal story at the end, at the Q&A with Kirsty. It's probably a good time to go into it then. But yes, we're routinely having this, and this is a really good, we don't sell this brand, but I'm going to tell you what it is. It's Urban Forager, the best tasting bone broth ever, and it's really good for you. So, Rosie, can you head off to bed now? I'm going to tell everyone what we're doing for the next 10 days.
Yeah, okay. While you're dealing with Rose, one of the things we also like to suggest when anybody's making any type of transition, or when they're seeking to improve where they are in the whole food journey, is that to remember that it is a marathon, not a sprint. And particularly with fiber, as we've mentioned before, if you're looking to increase your fiber intake, which is hopefully what you all will be looking to do after understanding how incredible fiber is for the system, that is it's imperative to take a small steps approach to the transition, rather than the revolutionary overnight all or nothing type changes, because of
sorry, I can't see the comments within the stream that we're looking at, so I was just opening it up on my phone so I could read the comments.
Oh, okay. So yeah, make sure that particularly with fiber, that you are slowly introducing a little bit more into your diet over time, not all or nothing overnight. That's because you'll have some you'll have some major challenges if you excessively consume fiber. If you're going from no fiber to a huge volume of fiber, you have some challenges.
And look, on that note, I think it's really important to say up front that there's no competitions here. You're going to see within this fiber challenge, you're going to see us ask you questions, and we're going to ask you to post in the group how much fiber you're having a day. And don't worry, we're going to tell you exactly how to find that out quite simply. But you're going to start seeing some people might have a daily fiber intake right up here, and then you might feel like yours is ridiculously low in single digits all the way down here. And what we've found over time in running these fiber challenges is that it's quite easy for some people to start feeling quite down on themselves. And that is not what we are about in these fiber challenges. There is no competition. What we're going to ask you to do is be open your eyes and becoming aware of how you're tracking and how your family is tracking. And from that space, let's look at some ridiculously simple ways to catapult that fiber intake over time, like Jordan said, low and slowly over time. And what we're going to see is that those very small steps style changes are going to make a big impact on how you feel and how you can function day to day. And so hi girls, we've just had 2 teenage girls come home. I'm just doing a live. I'll speak to you later, okay? I just can't believe how many, this is like a comedy of errors tonight with all the tech and the interruptions and the streaming from Jordan's car. It's a bit ridiculous. But guys, this fiber challenge, often people say that it's much better than paid paid courses that they've done, because we don't just simply send you an email each day with a little tip or a little, 1-minute video. We actually give you so much scope to discover a lot about yourself. We're going to coach you through figuring out where you are sitting on a range of different levels, and then also give you lots of information, but also practical ways of how you can address every meal of the day. Like, how can you get more fiber in at breakfast time? How can you get more fiber in at dessert and still have delicious food? Like, there is so much we're going to cover, but it's going to be fun and succinct and over the 10 days. So how's it going to work? Jordan, can you tell them what's going to happen? As in every second day we do something.
So a lot of people here are obviously familiar with our Supercharged Smoothie Challenge. So you know basically how the format runs for our challenges. So every other day there'll be a video, which is an educational deep dive on a certain aspect of fiber in this challenge. And then on the alternate days from the video days, there will be some small, easy to incorporate, practical little piece of action for you to do in order to get a little bit more fiber into your diet, or learn a bit more about your transit time, or how your your stools are and things like that. So yeah, there's something to do alternating the days of the educational videos. So, and then at the end on Thursday night, there'll be a live Q&A with Lainey and Kirsty, and they'll be able to answer any of the questions you guys have regarding anything to do with fiber and the gut. And then following Thursday, on the Friday of next week, Lainey and I will go live from the warehouse, and we will chat a little bit. We'll give away a whole bunch of prizes and chat a bit more about some close off points about fiber and incorporating it into your diet. And then we'll invite you to hang out with us ongoing through our Whole Food Collective community group.
Yes. And actually on that last day where Jordan and I go in and do a Q&A sort of closing out party at the end, we're going to give you an ebook. And in that ebook is, we usually sell the ebook, but we're going to give it to you guys for free during the Fiber Challenge. It's quite robust. It's going to cover a lot of the content that we go into during the challenge. Mm-hmm. Plus, it's going to give you a whole bunch of recipes as well and tips. So be sure to download that during the free download window. We give you a certain amount of time where you can download it for free. So definitely get in there and make the most of that. And we are also going to be on hand for this 10 days. So not only will we be sending you an email or a video, a micro challenge or a little video to watch each day, but we're going to be there in the comments ready to support you. Like we said, like this is what we do. This is our favorite part of what we do at the Whole Food Collective. So we are ready to dive in and support you guys. So please ask us questions. If you've got a concern about something, don't hesitate to raise it. And actually, now that I can see the comments finally, I can see all your names. Thank you. And I've seen a question there from Juliana. And yes, look, I am partly with you there. Juliana asked me what I was drinking, and I said chicken broth, and she said, I would have thought you'd be more plant-based for health. And look, Juliana, I naturally am quite avoidant of animal product. It's just, I don't really want to be having it. But I challenged myself to do this gut healing program because it was a couple of our kids really needed it for various reasons, which I'm happy to share with you later on. And all the research shows that it's more difficult to have, and it's a lot slower to see that gut health on a vegan or plant-based diet without the bone broths, etc., etc. And look, feel free to, Kirsty Worth, our gut guru that we're hosting this challenge with, I've heard her answer this question a couple of times, and I would encourage you to, I'll pop it on the Q&A list, the list of questions, and I'll ask her to address the science behind that and her own experiences. But I've been surprised. I kind of thought that I would struggle with, drinking the bone broth, etc., but I actually haven't. So, everyone obviously eats a vegan lifestyle for their own various reasons. Some are ethical, some are more health-based. So, we're all different. And for me, I haven't struggled with it as much as I thought that I would. But let's, talking back on the Fibre Challenge. So tomorrow we're going to our first day one. We're going to send you a micro challenge for the day. It's going to take you 2 minutes to do. But don't skip this bit. You will absolutely regret it if you skip it. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to ask you to post a photo in the group if you're brave enough. If you're not, Don't worry, just do it by yourself at home. And you're going to get a really great insight into how your insides are tracking. So day 2 will be your first video, and we're going to talk about snacks. What kind of snacks can we, really bulk up that fiber with? And then we're going to learn a lot about how you're tracking with your fiber intake. We're going to talk about your poop. Yes, we will be talking about poop, because so often we relegate fiber to the bathroom, like quite often, and you'll hear me say it in the fiber challenge. But growing up, did you not think, when you hear the word fiber, quite often we just think of the Metamucil drink, right? We just think about being constipated, and we just think we need more fiber so we can be more regular. But my goodness, there are 5 superpowers that fiber has, and I have been astounded, as have thousands of others who have come before you in this fiber challenge, how critical fiber is for our health, but also surprisingly powerful ways that fiber acts in our bodies. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this with you guys. Shall we give away some prizes, Jordan?
Yeah, let's do our world famous prize giveaway session.
If you guys thought our tech hiccups were bad tonight, usually what lets us down is the way that we give out prizes. And every time that we do this, we say to each other, we've got to think of a better way of doing this because it's not working. But we haven't got a better way yet. So we're just going to persevere. So you guys, I'm going to write down a couple of numbers on some paper. Just checking the comments there. Hello, everyone. Denise and Michelle, Bronwyn, Mel, Carrie-Anne, Juliana, Gemma, Shirley. So many people. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to write down a couple of numbers on a piece of paper between 1 and 50. And we'd love for you guys to tell us in the comments why are you here? Why have you joined the Fibre Challenge? Or what are you most looking forward to? Once you finish typing that on the same line, just write a number between 1 and 50 and your name, please, because sometimes we don't get your name showing up in the comments on the streaming software that we're using.
So what are you going to give away for a prize, Dale?
Can you tell them while I get a paper and pen?
Okay. So we at the Whole Food Collective, we've put together a few really incredible blends that help boost up the fiber of certain meals, or in and of themselves are super high fiber content meals. One of them is our choc hemp chia pudding, and that has a whopping amount of fiber. I think it's something like 11.5 grams per serving. But anyway, we're going to give away one of those. We're going to give away our choc hemp chia pudding mix, and we're also going to give away our boosted chocolate milk, which is a really lovely chocolate milk. Actually, we had one of our local people come in. Her name's Belle Dooley, and she told me a story, Lane. I don't think I've told you this yet.
No, I haven't heard with Belle.
She picked up two refills of the boosted chocolate milk, and she said she seldom drinks her morning coffee anymore because one morning she accidentally had a boosted chocolate milk and she thought it was her coffee and she drank that, and then she got to the end, like the middle of the day, and realized she hadn't had her morning coffee, and so then from that moment on, boosted chocolate milk instead for her morning beverage, which I thought was rad. And I want to use that because a lot of people have some serious connections to their morning coffee. So I think if we can replace the morning coffee with an incredibly healthy version, then that I'm stoked about. So we'll give away one of our choc hemp chia pudding blends and our boosted chocolate milk blend.
I'm just laughing because this live has been one disaster after another, and every pen I pick up doesn't work.
Okay.
I'm going to type it on my phone, guys. This is a bit ridiculous.
Okay, so I hope people are commenting. I can't see any of the comments, unfortunately, but let us know what you're looking to get out of the Fibre Challenge, a number between 1 and 50, and your name, please. And then Laney's going to write down a couple of numbers, and then we'll go through the comments and we'll pick out a couple of winners. You found a pen that works yet?
What's that?
You found a pen that works yet?
Oh, no. I've just typed it on the notes on my phone. So I'll show you guys proof.
Okay. So you got many comments there, Dal?
Sure, we have enough. Okay. I love reading all these comments. My goodness.
Read them so I can like them too.
Emma says, I'm doing this challenge to take care of myself for a change. Tend to put my family first. Emma, I wish us parents would all do that. I heard a quote today. It said, if you want to, like Dad's okay, let us finish this, okay? I know sometimes I let you come in, but not tonight, okay? We've had lots of delays. Come on. If you want to share light, you have to glow yourself. It's what the quote was. And I think that's so true for us parents. If we want to help our children feel happy in life, we need to help ourselves feel happy. And that's the sixth superpower of Fibre. And I'm just going to really quickly tell you what that is now before I give you these winners. It gives you a bit more of a chance to get your number in there too. Did you know that when we don't have enough fibre regularly in our diet, and we also have too much sugar, which, hello, is most of the Western world, right? When those two factors combine, what happens in our body is we become inflamed. When that happens, there's a receptor. Sorry, I'll stop there. There's two things that happen. The first thing that happens is that our gut stops being able to make as much serotonin. Now, many of you will be aware that serotonin is one of those things that we absolutely need to feel well and to feel happy and to feel all those good feelings, right? But not only can we not make as much serotonin, but there's a little receptor in our brain that switches. And that receptor is the one that's responsible for receiving that serotonin. And what happens is that actually just closes. And so not only are we not making enough serotonin, but the serotonin that we do manage to make barely gets registered in our brain. Isn't that incredible? And Dr. David Perlmutter is the person who I learnt that little nugget of wisdom from. And so that's just one of the ways that fibre directly impacts our mental health. And so we're not just talking about number twos here, guys. We're not just talking about the bathroom. We're talking about our entire physical and mental health and well-being, our moods, our everything. So I can sense myself getting a little sidetracked and passionate. I'm just going to stop myself and go back to these numbers. So the first number that I wrote down was 26 and 47. I know that's backwards for you guys, but at least it shows you that it was legit. So what I'm going to do is after this live, I'm going to scroll through and pick out the person who was closest to that number.
Or the person who got the number, of course.
Or the person who got the number, for sure.
And so what we do, obviously, if you got the number, we need you to reach out to us at hello@thewholefoodcollective.com.au and let us know that you won one of the giveaway prizes. So so the first number is the choc hemp chia pudding mix, and the second number is a boosted chocolate milk. So if you,
I'll tell Susanna is Jordan's mother, and she's the person who's behind the email address hello@thewholefoodcollective.com.au. She takes care of all of our customer care, and I'll tell her which number won which prize, but I'll tag you in the Facebook group or email you if you're not in the group, and I'll let you know, and we'll make sure we get that prize to you. Well, it's a bit of fun. Wasn't as disastrous as what it sometimes can be. So guys, if you want to share the Fibre Challenge with your friends, we would love you to. It's always much more fun when you have a friend with you. And also it helps you be more accountable after the challenge finishes, because at least you have a friend who knows what you know and who has felt as motivated as you have felt that you will feel throughout this challenge. And so all you need to do is copy the link that I have posted inside the Facebook group. And I've also emailed it to you. Rosie, no more, Dylan, out you go. And all you need to do is copy and paste that into a message to your friends. And we would love to accept them in. So guys, I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Jordan and I will have a good laugh about this live afterwards. Thanks for bearing with us this whole chaotic 40 minutes.
But also a final note of encouragement and kudos for investing some time into learning more about fibre. As that one commenter mentioned, taking some time for self-care and really putting yourself first, and in not a selfish way, but in a way that allows you to be more selfless, as Lainey sort of touched on. So, health is imperative for a quality of life, and whether that's with a partner, with kids, enjoying what the world has to offer. We really need to make sure we get on top of our health so that we can, just enjoy life more. And fibre is a massive part of that.
It's harder when you're on a split screen where we can't actually gauge if you're finishing or not. But that's one of the things that we love to do, is make this whole process of feeling better just more doable. Because so often we place feeling better and having greater health in the too hard basket when it does not need to be. And so we have, we pride ourselves on actually breaking it down and making it simple, making it fun, making it achievable. So kudos to you guys. Thank you for being here. We're going to have a blast together over this 10 days, and make sure you check your emails. By the way, if you have not yet received an email from us, you absolutely should have. And so make sure you're registered. The registration link is pinned at the top of the Facebook group in the main post. Make sure you're registered. And if you're still not getting it, check your junk folder. And if you're still not seeing it, just email us at hello@thewholefoodcollective.com.au, and we will make sure that you start getting the emails if we can.
Good. Nice one, Lainey.
All right. Have a great night, you guys. And we'll see you. I'm going to send you an email at 5 in the morning my time, which is 6 o'clock down south.
All right. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Yes, I am. Oh, no, now I can't click. You know how I said I couldn't click anything? I can't click stop. It's so funny.
That's awesome.
I think I'm just going to have to close the laptop down. This is just like getting funnier and funnier.